Good afternoon. It's September 28th, 2024. We're critiquing the news. The article on your screen is from the Cairns Post. It's titled Mayor Fed Up with Red Tape, and it's about the new Mayor of Cassowary Coast, and I like the cut of this lady's jib. She wants mayoral powers back. She's pointing out quite correctly here that the power of directing the council's staff to do certain jobs for the good of the community has been taken from mayors and put in the hands of CEOs or directors. Now, these CEOs are appointed by the government generally. There's sometimes a mayor or maybe a councillor or two might get a bit of a say, but at the end of the day, it's the local government minister that decides who gets the job. The jobs are often paid around $500,000 a year, even for a relatively small regional shire. Now, you can bet your bottom dollar that having worked for a long time to get to that qualification level to be able to get appointed to one of those jobs, the person there is going to be very, very obedient to the state Labor minister or whichever side of the uni party appointed him or her in order to hang on to that very lucrative job. For really, there's not a whole lot of managing to do in a small rural shire council area. I mean, it really doesn't need anyone being paid $500,000 a year now, does it? Anyway, the Mayor Millwood would like to get her powers back so she can direct council teams to do things like, fill potholes, empty overflowing bins, which at the moment has to go through the CEO. The CEO gets to decide whether or not that should be done and in what sort of time frame. Similarly, anyone wanting to make alterations to the verge outside their property, plant a tree on the footpath or put a decorative rock there, has to go through a lengthy bureaucratic process. Well, I guess the first thing to consider here is that local governments are an entirely artificial construct of state governments. They're effectively just little departments of the state government. So instead of calling it the Cassowary Coast Regional Council, a better name for it would be the Department of Cassowary Coast, the Department of Tablelands, the Department of Mareeba, the Department of Cairns, because that's the effect of it. It's just another government department, and effectively the councillors are there as distractions for the voters. So the voters get the illusion of choice that they're going to have some sort of say in how their local area is run by electing their mayor and councillors, and at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter who the voters put there. They're just going to run some obstruction between the voters and the residents of the Shire and the state government, which is actually calling the shots. Now, I personally don't think that we should be having too many highly paid individuals on our councils. I think really the mayor's job should be part-time. The councillors should be paid pretty much just their hourly attendance at meetings and whatnot. And that, there really shouldn't be anyone on the council that's getting these extraordinary six-figure salaries. The mayor should have an assistant. That person, probably isn't going to be competitive enough to get an equivalent job in a major corporation that would pay $500,000 a year, so maybe adjust the salary downwards. That's a huge saving. It reduces people's rates. It would probably improve the quality of service. Get rid of a lot of the unnecessary roles in council, the HR officers and the diversity, equity, inclusion officers, and just focus on, people say the 3 R's of councils are rates, rubbish, and roads, but of course rates is the mechanism that you pay for the council function. So really it's roads, rubbish, and reticulation, meaning water supply and sewage. And I think part of the way to fix the incredible problem that we have with the tax burden is to get councils back to where they should be, which means stripping a whole lot of government out of them. And of course, the Labor Liberal Uni Party isn't going to do that, because burdening us with an absolute mountain of taxes and regulations is in their mission statement. That's what socialist governments always do. It's how they suppress and dominate and control the people, and how they strip hope and strip resistance out of the population. So we're not going to see that from the Labor Liberal Uni Party, who are two parties pretending to be, they're one organisation pretending to be two parties to give voters the illusion of choice. We're going to have to get them out of our parliament and elect people who are far more sensible, people who can see the rorts that they're doing and who openly state what those rorts are. And local government really, we might as well just not have mayors and councils at this point, because as this very brave Mayor Millwood says, they're really, they're just decorative. They're not. They haven't got any power. Okay, elections coming up. You know what to do.